Hold it with two hands. Oh,
I'm sorry. Good morning, everybody. Sorry, I caught Chad off guard because I was like, ready? He's like, yeah. So I clicked it. I was just about to start the countdown to go live, and he was. Anyways, uh, but good morning. Hello, everybody. E here. Back again with my co-host, Chad Lutzke. We are currently working on a collaborative novel and entitled Planet Caravan. The point of these streams is to show the collaborative process. Also, it is just to give you guys someone to work with. Maybe you have writer's block, whatever. You can hang out with us and get your own work done. And also, there's people out there who just like to listen to us talk and type. So, anyways, yeah, sorry about this week right off the bat. It was one thing after another, whether it be appointments, power outages. What else was there? I can't remember. Me just feeling absolutely awful. There's a bunch of different stuff going on this week, but I'm back at it. This is our last day of the week. Hey, J Rod, this is our last day of the week, and then we start back up on Monday. I have the entire weekend to rest. I do have the 2 live streams to do, but other than that, those aren't going to last long. Anyways, so here we are. I'm sure Chad's been over streaming on Twitch. If you don't follow him over there, you need to. He streams his writing, not games. Not like, I do the games, he does the writing. So if you want to follow him over there, link should be down there in the doobly-doo. I'm trying to think of literally anything else I need to say. I think that's everything. Anything you want to say, Chad?
no.
No? Okay. Just making sure. But he's been writing over there, and I need to get caught up on everything that he's done. So here I am. Here I am. Oh, we're up to 131. Nice.
All right. Let's see. Where am I here? Where are you at? Oh, I finished the scene where they spend the night together.
Okay.
I wrote that, and then I started revisions on the last scene you wrote. I think it's the last thing you wrote with Jay and Henry getting busted, or Henry getting busted.
Yeah.
For the drugs.
Yeah, that's right where I'm at. I'm reading. J Rod, just a heads up. I don't think Vikings in here. I think that was yesterday. I'm pretty sure it was anyway. here. It's even right. It's gotta be. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Freaking cold.
The first time in a long time I've been comfortable out here in the office without any heat, without any air, nothing. And that helps the audio. Yay.
We could barely hear you. I mean, I can hear you when your air is on sometimes. It's louder when it first kicks on. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what the heck is that?
And then if I have it on in a video that I'm recording, the audio, because of the program that I use, the audio drops insanely low. No matter how high I have it, because it's compensating for the noise in the background.
Mm-hmm.
That is aggravating.
Hi, Jennifer.
I don't know how much I'm gonna get done today, but goddamn it, when we get back to work on Monday, man, I am booking. My head is just not in the game right now. I'm still.
I've been forcing it. I mean, I've been doing. I feel like the stuff I've been writing is good.
Yeah,
but I've been,
everything I've read has been
because I keep thinking
quality.
I mean, we got like 2 weeks,
I know.
and so I keep thinking that, and I'm like, because whether we have to postpone our thing for a month or whatever we have to do, which I don't want to do, but I'd rather have it done and then have it
Oh yeah.
sitting
No, I'm with you.
in the drawer.
I'm with you 100%. I also, I mean, we've already. I'm not going to speak for both of us. I've already lost the flow at least like 3 times because I'm not used to working on anything this long, you know.
Yeah.
So I have other projects going also, and I keep coming back to this one, and I'm like, okay, here we are. This is the voice, and I still end up missing. So I'm just curious. You said you finished up the most recent scene I wrote, or you still have to work on it because.
I started revisions on the scene that you were writing about,
Right.
him kind of walking around and then seeing Henry get busted.
Yeah. I also needed to put Priya in there at some point. The walking around, I wanted to, unless you want to do the reveal of her piranha tank the day they open. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd probably work.
Okay, all right.
And then I wrote the scene where he can't stay the night in the Regal Beagle. He's got to go, and so him and
I guess that's what I'm looking for. Hang on, I'm trying to find it.
yeah, I'll try to find it.
I know you had the part where he goes out, you know, the night under the stars kind of thing, I believe is what you called it.
I don't think I titled it anything. Well, I did title it something. What the heck did I call it?
Yeah, it's right above Bad Omen. The sun is long gone, the ground's lit by a few floodlights. That section, you helped make this happen, Shane. No, that's the magical moment. Never mind. That's not the night underneath the stars. Is it? No, that's definitely the magical moment. I just feel like I'm missing something all of a sudden.
Here it is. Here it is. It's called Barbed Wire Belly.
There we go. Okay. All right. Cool beans. Cool beans. All right. I didn't think to go down that far. Of course, it's a new.
It's the last thing in the book. Yeah.
Yeah. I got you.
Because we're just freaking pinballing all over.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we're both gonna have. Well, I know I keep speaking for both of us, but I know I'm gonna have to go back and reread this. Hoping to do that this weekend. Oh yeah, that's a nice little chunk. Let me get to reading, and I'll go on break and get to work. I usually sit out on my porch and have coffee for an hour and start to wake up. I didn't have that this morning. So it's like, so in case anybody out there's wondering, he just got here, he gonna take a break after reading this? Yes, because I am not awake and I need something to get my head out my ass because this is ridiculous. I would that that's funny. That's really funny. I was gonna ask you if you mind of me cutting that. Literally about to look up and ask you.
What?
That's such a wild fucking image, but I love it. His little mustache caterpillaring its way around the tall woman's mouth. That's crazy. I know at least once in my entire bibliography I've used this exact line.
Oh, really?
A black canvas filled with, well, maybe millions of, it should have been billions, but yeah. There's actually a story behind me using that, and I know I've used different variations, but I'm pretty sure this is worded almost exactly the same as one of my lines. I had a buddy who got high, and we were all sitting around a campfire, and he just kept staring at the sky, and it was, of course, dark, and he's just staring up there, and finally, my mutual friend of ours asked him, "What the hell are you staring at?" And he goes, "You guys ever wonder if there's a brighter world outside of this one, and someone just came along and poked holes in the wall, and that's what the stars are?" I was like, boy, this boy high. Anyways, but that's actually where I got that from. I've been using it in some variation ever since. Yep, that'll do. Good job.
When I was writing that, man, I was like, I was there. I was in the zone. I mean, it has to be a. Scenes like this are kind of gotta like be poetic, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, and I was questioning, as I was doing it, because I try not to use big words, descriptive words, get too poetic with Shane because he's just a kid. But I started wondering. I was like, and I was live streaming, and I said maybe it's I was like maybe it's not too poetic. It's just when you're feeling these feelings, you just you get in that mindset anyway, like a first kid.
He's also a reader, so his vocabulary and his emotional depth is going to be a little bit more than someone who doesn't. So
yeah, I've thought of that. But love and heartache tend to put us into a mindset where our vocabulary can change, and we can view things as being poetic. And I remember it was so funny because when I was writing this, I was really in the zone, live streaming. I think there were people in there. I actually got raided this weekend, which was cool. And I remember like being in the zone, not paying too much attention, and then kind of coming out of it and being really embarrassed because of the scene I was writing.
It happens, yeah.
And because I was there, kissing this girl or having them kiss or whatever.
Right.
And it's like when I kind of snapped out of it, and people, not that I was sitting here typing going,
that would have been hilarious. But
that's how I felt inside. Yeah. So when I kind of came out of it and realized, dude, you're online, it made me feel kind of vulnerable and almost embarrassed, even though they couldn't see in my head.
Yeah, and no one was in your head. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it was a strange feeling.
There's so many times when I have just burst into tears, just like that cliched like author moment from like movies and things where they're like doing like this, typing something. There's so many times where that has actually happened to me, and that's why I don't share anything online that I take too seriously because I get fucking involved. Yeah. But yeah, I feel you. I know those moments. And as far as too poetic, I mean, we need something like that in this. We need something, extraordinary. Let him have a moment of deep introspection and magic and all that stuff. And it also comes the day after he watches the carnival come alive for the first time. So he's still in this magic moment. He's still in this, it's like, holy shit, this is really going on. Let's wax poetic.
And I know some people might try to nitpick the, like, sudden love, but it's like...
Yeah, it happens.
Kids do that.
Yeah.
I mean, adults do that, but you've got kids who, they really needed each other. So maybe they don't truly, love each other. Maybe they think they do. And that's all that really matters.
The connection is all that matters, whether it's lust, love, a puppy love, whatever it might be, the connection is what matters.
Yeah.
In fact, I was going to suggest that we cut out the part where he goes, hang on. I don't want to, but there was something... Is it foolish to think I may love her? That was the only reason why is like I don't think he would put it that way in his head, is like, because that's more of an adult thing. But then I got to thinking about it, I was like, he's having a pretty fucking adult moment, and all this stuff, the I don't want to call it flowery, but the pretty language, got the beautiful prose going on in this section fits his inner monologue, so I'm fine with it. But that was the only thing that stood out to me. But I think you're right. I think that, this moment of introspection, reflection, whatever you want to call it, he's going to get deeper than he has like the entire rest of the story. In fact, it might be powerful as fuck once Sam dies to have him have no inner... I don't know. There's an idea brewing, but letting it be so bleak that even his head's empty, that he's completely numb. I don't know, but we'll get there. It's just something that's marinating in my head right now that just kind of popped in there. Anyways, but yeah, damn good job. I love it. Gotta go down here. Oh, excuse me. So I almost got sick. I won't give you details. I almost got sick this morning trying to swallow my morning medicine. And you know how when you almost get sick and then you have that, you keep swallowing and whatnot, and you have that feeling like you're about to be sick again, whether or not you are or not, you have that feeling. And it's lingered all morning also. So I keep big swallows, and anytime I drink anything, I'm like, oh, is that it? Is it? But anyways, it's been a rough fucking week and a half, Chad. It is.
Sounds like it.
Seems like everything, but everything got done too. We had multiple crises, and everything got sorted out eventually. So, Dan starts work on Monday. They are excited. I'm excited for them. We went to. Thanks, J-Rod. But it was just because I wasn't actually going. I shouldn't have gotten sick because I take a handful of pills every day, every morning, and this time I don't know if I didn't take enough water or whatever, but I was like, well, that was a attractive sound. Good job. Anyways, and now, I still have that feeling like it's coming back up, but it's not. There's nothing in there.
Is it heartburn or indigestion or something?
No, well, I mean, it could very well be, but I actually take 2 different acid reducers. I take the over-the-counter stuff, and I take a prescription medicine, because I was on the drugs and all different kinds of things. At one point in time, I was semi-addicted to Excedrin. If anyone out there doesn't know, that's Tylenol, aspirin, and caffeine. And it will wreck your stomach if you don't use an acid reducer with it. And the reason why is because I don't know what it was about that mixture of those 3. It was almost like speed for me. It would, hype me up and, get the blood pumping and whatnot. And I tore my stomach lining up. And any junkie knows you're going to look for the next thing to cover up the last thing. You kick one thing, you're looking for something else. For me, it was food, and then on top of that, it was the Excedrin, and anyways. So I take all those acid reducers to help my ulcers. Is what I was getting at. But I took a lot of that. So I would take two Excedrin every 4 hours for like 2 years. And finally, doctor's like, you can't do this anymore, and I'm gonna have to put you on something really strong for your stomach. I was like, okay. I can't really eat too much spicy food anymore either. I used to do hot pepper challenge. I used to buy peppers in bulk from a guy off Facebook. He would send me a small flat rate box full of the hottest peppers, Jigsaw, Carolina Reaper, Boot Jalokia, all these super, and just eat them like candy. I did it on the channel too. Numerous videos of trying different extreme hot sauces. I can't have any of that stuff anymore. In fact, the spicy jelly beans that I have for Twitch, people spend their channel points on. Those even upset my stomach just a little bit. But as long as I don't do more than like 2, and I tell everybody, I'm like, okay, don't use your channel points for that anymore because I can't take it. But it's just a weird switch, me going from eating the hottest stuff on the planet to, if I eat like a jalapeno, I have, they're called capsaicin cramps. I have cat cramps for hours, and it feels like I'm fucking dying. Dad would take a whole handful of pills without water. I don't know how he does. Yeah, Now I can do 1 or 2 at a time without water, but no, I can't do any more than that. And I take 9 pills in the morning. Actually, there's 2 more, so I take 11 now. Well, no, one of them's nighttime, so 10, and then 1 at night. Anyways, that's all my business out in the open. I'm gonna go ahead and go take a break, come back, and start writing because I want to get into this. We got to get this done, and I do not see 2 weeks being impossible. So, but we definitely gotta hit it. So I have to, because I'm the one who ain't been working all week. I have to. I came out here this morning just talking for Chad. I've been saying we. No, no we. No, 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 no. Anyways, I'll be back probably 10, 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. All right, so what are you working on? I can just click your name. Never mind. Still working on that. Okay.
Yeah. This is where, yeah, from this point on,
See, hey, hang on before you.
yeah.
I didn't think that's why I did the porta potty thing, because I did not believe for a second that Mingo would just throw it away, because someone else might come along and grab it.
Well, I was thinking of having him say, because he just kicked her out.
Yeah.
He says, "I'm sorry, but pack your shit. You're done."
Mhm.
So, and I was thinking about you saying, you know, like you can. I understand what you're saying, but like it's like she could do whatever she wants with her crap. She wants to use them. She wants to sell them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it's
you're gonna have
they're not gonna be around. She's leaving.
All right, so you're gonna have her grab them and walk off with them.
Haven't really got that far, but
Okay.
yeah, probably.
All right, and yeah, okay, I'm down with that then. No problem. All right. Get back to work.
But yeah, from this point on, I wouldn't call. I don't know if I'd call it the third act, but you know, this is. It's all about the paranoia now, and you know, soon he's gonna like he has no choice but to go get to that cocaine today and get rid of it.
Yeah.
Shoot. Okay, yeah. I'm thinking there should be a another scene with him and Sam. I always forget her name. Somewhere that maybe we can throw in after either after one of us, you know, reads through the whole thing again and finds an appropriate spot, or when we do our second draft, because I think that I think it will help this whole love thing and this first kiss thing if they have another scene together.
Okay. So we haven't done the library, and he's about to find that. Yeah, he's about to find that. He's gonna find that missing, and then there's the next phone call. So.
Okay. Well, hold on.
Yeah.
The library. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna do that.
How about after?
I'm just gonna stretch out the scene where they're spending time together.
Yeah.
They'll have this. They'll sit on the blanket. They'll have this discussion about the books and everything, and then she lays back, and then she gets all weird with the whole like, "Tell me your dreams," and then the rest of that. So yes, thanks for the reminder, because I really want that. Library thing in there.
Yeah, he could pick.
That's why she brought the paperback, That's why she brought the backpack.
Yeah,
because it's got books in it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Totally.
Yeah, because especially after they kissed, he said he's not going anywhere. He's assured her, and now she feels comfortable showing him the library. So that's how I was imagining it. So right after that.
Well, I mean, if we rearranged it, but the promising me thing is for the kiss.
No. I know that, but it's also just a motivation for her. He's gonna be here. I'm not gonna kiss you unless you're gonna be here. He's going to be here, and now she lets him even farther into her life. Is what I'm getting at. It makes sense on a thematic level, because she would now feel comfortable enough to, to show him, to let her, let him even more into her world. But you don't have to do anything else. I'm just saying
I know, but I'm
coming right after that.
Right. Which is that's why I got confused, because I was saying they sit on the blanket. she's like, I got something I want to show you.
Mhm.
They talk about the books, then the kissing. But you're saying stop the kissing for the books.
Well, I would say we lie back and kiss, and the kiss lasts a lifetime. But when it's over, we peck. For now, we revel while the butterflies. So, yeah, basically right after this section, the very last part, maybe go into open up another chapter. Keep that one short and sweet and contained, and then the next chapter literally opens up with something like, "I want to show you something," or whatever, and then you can lead into
So
the
it
library.
would be a different time somewhere else.
No. It would be right. Okay, hang on.
Okay. Well, my thing is, okay. Here's my arguments. I don't like. I like ending it with this blissful moment.
Okay,
That they're
all right.
sharing. I mean, the books are, the fact that they're important to her is cool, but I feel like kissing, like, kind of like well, like she has so much self-worth despite what's his name? I was gonna say Ringo. Despite despite Buzzard, her
Yeah.
relationship with Buzzard, which was
Yeah.
nothing more than almost some kind of weird Stockholm syndrome. I'm getting out of way. I'm
Mhm.
being saved by
Yeah.
Um,
I would agree with that. Yeah.
and then she but the kiss is something like she's not a slut. She had this weird moment with man, what the frick? What's his name? Buzzard.
Yeah, Buzzard.
I keep wanting to say Fez too, like the Ferris wheel and then a Z in there.
Look, dude, I'm completely fine with it coming beforehand. I have no problem with that at all. I just wanted to make sure we got the order.
It's still we will still stress that this is like a big deal to her. Like I don't share this with too many people.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's going a step further. It's like I'm ready to kiss you, but I can't.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. You don't have to explain anymore. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it being beforehand. I was just literally wondering where we were going to put it, and I was wondering if we were going to skip over that idea now.
It's just not there because I totally forgot about it.
Well,
Like I said, I had the backpack
I've done
there.
that plenty of times. Hey Jordan, if you're still in here, I don't know. It says there's one person in here, but hello Jordan. Enjoy your bath.
I have 30 followers now. I guess 40 is affiliate. I thought it was 40.
50 is affiliate, so you can start monetizing your channel at 50.
Well, when they asked me if I wanted to set my goal, and the
yeah.
goal was 40, and it said affiliate 40. So I set my goal for 40.
Did they literally drop it like right after I got it? Will do, going in 5 minutes. Awesome.
I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, it's reach 50 followers, stream for at least 8 hours, stream for 7 different days, and have an average of 3 viewers at the same time. I had that bookmarked because I kept going back and forth to it. Alright. Now, we got that all settled. What am I writing next? I don't know if I want to tackle the next phone call already, or if I want to do something else. We had the one, Shane goes to town again, but this time with Kay. He finds out Kay can talk, no problem. Shane makes sure.
That's so weird. I'm seeing a page on here for achievements, path to affiliate. It says reach 50 followers, stream for 8 hours, which I've gotten.
Now there's a bunch of stuff in achievements that don't mean a damn thing. Like more than half of the stuff on there doesn't mean anything. It's just basically trying to get you. Yeah, I will, Jordan. It's just trying to give you milestones to hit before you actually hit the affiliate one. I remember watching that achievements page, daily. Sometimes 2 or 3 times during the stream to see if I was hitting any new landmarks. It's fun for someone like a completionist like me, so I keep, going for the next thing. But yeah, you should get there relatively easy with your built-in following already. Not saying it's going to be overnight, but
I'm trying to find the I'm trying to find the goals thing where you set your goals, and it gives you a suggested.
Now, are you using Streamlabs to stream through Twitch, or are you streaming directly from Twitch?
I'm using Twitch Studio.
Twitch Studio? Okay.
Yeah.
I use Streamlabs. Awesome. I subbed on my Solvents account. I messaged you about. I didn't share it yet. I'll do it. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I saw that you were. Unless you're talking to Chad. Yeah, I got 60 followers now, so that must be you because I don't have anybody new. Let's see here.
Where is that?
Dude, I hate the back room, so to speak, of Twitch. It is so confusing. And when you get affiliate, I'm going to warn you now, when you get affiliate, you have to relearn it all over again because they put things in different places after you get affiliate.
Oh, great.
And yeah. It was an absolute pain in the ass to find just how to update my stream title and things. So, it's giving you a heads up. All right, so you got the magic moment down. You got...
Here it is, manage goals. It says...
got that one done.
It's weird.
It's down there in the it's down in the doobly-doo in the description, Jordan. Should be anyways. No, wrong thing. Hang on. I'm just making sure that it is actually down there. Yep. And I spelled Twitch wrong in the doobly-doo. Wonderful. Anyways. Cancel. Save. Okay. Yeah, Chad's trying to get to 52 so he can make some pennies off of his stuff. Dude, these platforms, you make so little based on what they're charging. Like, as a Twitch affiliate, you get $2.50. You get half of what people sign up for. You get 100% of your bits. But when people cheer you or whatever, you get 100% of those. But the best thing to do, that affiliate part of Twitch affiliate is important because what happens is you get ad revenue from the game that you're playing. So, or if you're not going to be playing games, but what happens is, like, let's say I've been playing Liza P. If someone clicks on the Liza P thing when I'm playing, if someone clicks on the category, it'll take them to where they can buy the game, and if they buy the game, you get money. But it's it's like maybe it's probably like 0.01% of whatever it costs. But there's that. Then there's the bits. There's so many different ways to monetize on Twitch. I love it, but I'm also having problems keeping track of what. And my point here is YouTube takes a huge chunk of memberships also. Twitch takes a huge chunk. At least 50%. I think YouTube even takes more. And then YouTube takes damn near half of your not donations, but super chats or anything that you get. I don't understand that. I can understand them taking your membership, your membership money, ad revenue, splitting all that. But when people send you money and give you a super chat, it should be a hell of a lot more than 50%. It should be I think 70%, because even Amazon, unless you have your book under $2.99, even Amazon has the two different tiers. You have the 30% and the 70%. And if it's below, this, but I'm telling everybody out there, if you go indie on Kindle, you have two options with the book that you're publishing. You have a 30% option, which is anything below $2.99. If you charge more than $2.99, it's 70% cut. But you can, I don't know why you would, but you can still check the 30%. If it's over $2.99, I don't know why you would do that. But anyways, and even when Amazon is giving a higher cut of profit to the creator, there's an issue. There's a problem here with these platforms. I'm not asking for 100%.
Plus, you're
at least asking for 70%.
You're competing with, I think a big draw of Twitch, used to be like games, but as I searched around, different channels and stuff, like the chat channel, and which is essentially softcore porn for lonely men.
Yep.
I was even recommended a channel yesterday. I'm not sure how they come up with the recommendations. I don't know if it's based on popularity. I clicked on one, and it was a chick that was looking like a cat in heat, just getting ready to be nailed from behind with her bikini on, and just talking to people. I'm like, girls, doesn't your back and your knees hurt? Because you can only arch your back for so long like that.
I am of
and
two
there was
minds.
there was over 4,000 people in there.
I'm of two minds when I come across something like that. The first one is good for them. Get that bag, make whatever money, use your body, do whatever you want. Because I'm pro sex worker too. At the same
I
time,
am
I'm
so
like,
the opposite of that.
oh, I am 100% pro sex work. In fact, I want to put people in charge of themselves. I want of course, health regulations, but as far as no pimps, no hustlers, that kind of thing. It's all about the person and them getting paid for what they're doing. But anyways, I knew we were going to disagree on that one. But the next one is, I also know the type of people that are in those streams, and those people are sick. And we're not just talking about youngsters, coming in trying to catch a glimpse of boobs for the first time. We're talking about sick people who flock to these channels, and it's just so. I mean, I feel almost the same way about that as I do like sex dolls that are made to be younger for certain demographics. You know what I'm talking about? That disturbs the fuck out of me. I don't care if it's a doll or anything, but there's so many people that say, hey, it would cut down. It's like, no, it won't, because people who are attracted to adults still use those things and still have sex with adults. Just because
that thing that you're getting at is one of the first things I thought of when I saw how good virtual reality was, because I know there will come a day where they're going to where that sort of thing is going to be, you're going to be able to customize your and you can have your, and you can look at all looking as anime as you want. Which a lot of those dolls, that's what they look like. They just look like this 3 foot tall anime or 4 foot tall or whatever anime thing that's like 12 years old. But I think virtual reality at one point is seriously going to get like that. Maybe it might take 10 years, but I can see.
I'm sure it's already out there. If you go to like the
I'm saying like mainstream and becoming.
If that becomes mainstream, it's over. I mean, I don't want to be here anymore.
Well, we're already in some areas that were like people that lived 50 years ago would not believe.
Oh yeah,
just the Twitch thing.
Yeah.
I don't.
And but I mean, I don't see. Here's the thing. I don't see any difference between the Twitch streamers that are doing that and the bikini-clad ladies that are up, walking around with cards at a boxing match or whatever, or e-girls. All the cleavage bubbling over at the games. But I also, at the same time, I do feel like an old man, yelling at clouds, even when I start talking about that stuff, because I'm not in that position. If I was in that position and I had those attributes, I would 100% use them for the betterment of my finances, I guess is the best way to put it. And I wouldn't want anyone telling me, hey, you can't do that with your body. What does bother me is there's absolutely no kind of safeguard for kids on Twitch other than the actual streamer themselves marking their own channel adult content. There is nothing forcing them to click that this is adult content. Now, you can get removed, but someone has to report you. And who the hell going into one of those streams is going to report the I guess the topic of their fantasy? Anyways, but that's how I feel. Anyway, I'm of those two minds. There are very sick, disturbed people in there, but also if the woman feels safe and comfortable in that environment, you can do whatever the fuck she wants to do. I just wish there was a better. I mean, we have OnlyFans, but they end up going over to Twitch because with OnlyFans, it not only is the price higher, but why go over to OnlyFans when you can get the content free? And there's always going to be someone willing to show and do for free. So, or there'll always be places to go that are free, I guess.
I just saw someone on Twitch post a video from like a clip from a Disney movie
Hmm.
where they are using um, I don't know if you would technically call it AI, but like digital actors in the like it shows like looks like there's five or six digital actors in the background, like clapping behind this
Hmm.
team of I don't know what movie it's for. It's some Disney movie, but the focus is really on the people in front. But when you look at the you back, you see these clearly digital people like clapping with like what's sad, I don't know what's worse, that they are taking actors jobs or even extras. Everybody could use a few bucks to be in a movie and say,
Hmm.
hey, check out that I'm in this scene right here, whatever. They're paying for digital actors.
Hmm.
And what's even more insulting is every person in this digital, these all five of these people in here are minorities. They've got an Asian woman, a black guy, it looks like Middle
Oh,
Eastern,
so they're
Latino,
forcing
and
the
so it's like we're getting all our people in,
yeah.
but
It's a
they're
checklist
fake.
that
So it's
that
like a double slam.
that is the disrespect of that. It's like you're going to show diversity, but you're not even going to hire real people to show your diversity. That's
It's
wow.
I
That's a
know that
slap in the
they didn't
face.
want that to be seen or focused on, and it's a quick scene, so you would miss it unless you were someone like me who observes things in the background
Yeah.
and stuff. But
Dude, it's getting
I
scary.
haven't trusted Disney for years. I don't trust
Oh,
Disney for
yeah.
nothing.
In fact, I pretty much swore off Marvel movies once they bought in. I don't bother with. I don't watch any of the stuff that's on there. In fact, well, mainly because it's so fucking expensive now. But I don't fuck with Disney anymore either, unless it's a Pixar movie that my kids absolutely just have to see. Because my oldest is like a Pixar, not conspiracy theorist, but one of those people that do deep dives to find. Basically, they do the same thing with Pixar that I do with Stephen King. Excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
finding all the connections, Easter eggs, and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's a new Pixar movie, 100% got to go see it. But it times have already come, and it is beyond scary because I saw a video that I could not tell was CGI, AI generated, whatever. You know the Freak on a Leash, Corn's Freak on a Leash video?
Yeah.
It wasn't Jonathan Davis singing and bouncing around and doing his head. It was Barack Obama. And I could not tell that it was not that. I thought Barack Obama, literally did this. Like
Mm-hmm.
they got him to do it in front of a green screen, but I couldn't even tell where like one image, and you know how you can usually tell there's it's out of place, but the shading
Yeah.
and everything was so perfect that
Yeah.
it literally looked like Barack Obama headbanging and dancing around the same exact way Jonathan Davis does in that music video. And I'm sitting there with my jaw on the floor because I cannot believe that I am seeing this. Literally looks 100% real. And this comes from
Yeah.
someone who watches loads of movies with CGI in it. This was better than most movies, and I was just like, I can't believe. And the only reason I know it was completely faked is because right, well, right above it, so it would have been after they uploaded that one, they uploaded the making of it and showed the, I guess it's a program, Adobe AI. Photoshop has a new AI thing, and they use that to create this whole thing. I'm just like, that's fucking crazy. It took them
Yeah.
like 16 hours, but they were still able to do something that completely fooled, me. Which I
I
just
think
like,
when I saw that deep fake stuff, I thought this is the scariest thing our planet has ever seen because it's going to start a war one day. And if you can make it on your own, I mean, we already get photoshopped images from whatever side needs to fit something into their agenda,
Mm-hmm.
and they want to make some headline that's completely untrue. They're just trying to strengthen their side. Both sides do it all the time, and with this deep fake stuff, it's going to get way worse.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be able to. Yeah, it terrifies me, man.
I got
I'm
a.
not worried about I mean, the actor and stuff, that kind of thing. That's one thing, but this can be used as some sort of
Mm-hmm.
weapon.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Oh, yeah.
It's
I know. And
freaking
there's
scary.
absolutely no regulations on it other than copyright infringement, and that's the scary part, because you can. In fact, there's a dude right now, that just ended his own life. His name on Twitch was Inquisitor 3, and he was a ghost from Call of Duty, a cosplayer, and this young girl, and her boyfriend at the time. Inquisitor didn't know that she was underage, but there was nothing sexual going on.
Mm.
He just didn't know because she told him that she was an adult, because he checked because he had to pay her for editing some stuff, and all this came out after he took took his own life.
Mm.
I'm trying not to get demonetized, but I'm trying to tell the story properly. Anyways, but she had photoshopped all these messages from him, about what are you wearing, all that nasty shit. And he kept on saying, I did not do this. I can show you the other chat thread and all that other stuff. And he would show his side, and people were like, well, you can delete your text messages off your own phone, so that doesn't prove anything. Anyways, he finally died, and so now everyone, both her and her boyfriend, pages are on private, but the police aren't doing anything about it yet, and that's why it's kind of making noise on TikTok, because it's against the law to do something like that. You cannot, defame someone. You can also get manslaughter charges for pushing someone to that point. So I'm really hoping that happens, because she literally went in, her and her boyfriend went in and destroyed this man's life, career, following, everything, and it was all bullshit. And the unfortunate part is none of this shit came out until after. So not everyone believed it, but yeah, there's quite a few people that believed it, and now there's even more backlash now, because the people who turned on him are now coming out to support him, and it's like, you had the knee jerk reaction of believing this person, like, well, I had evidence, I had pictures. Pictures ain't even evidence anymore, and that is the problem. You can watch whole videos that look. I just got through watching Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, and Jimmy Carter playing Call of Duty. That's another thing that's going, that I didn't watch them, but they have the AI faces and the voices. So
Mm.
they're doing back and forth like they're playing the game. It's like, I got you, bitch, kind of like Joe Biden saying, like, I got you, bitch, and Trump
Mm.
over here going, you need to get that economy under control. That kind of thing. But you see and you hear this stuff, you can't even believe your own eyes anymore. You have to go down the rabbit hole to try and find that's where we're at right now. Is we can't half the time we can't even prove something is fake, because it's so far buried underneath the real stuff. That this dangerous and scary times for real. I mean,
Yeah.
that's, yeah. What was the timeline for Skynet to go live? I believe Skynet already went live. As far as like a time frame, when did Skynet go live?
Hi, Pedro.
Yeah, August 4th, 1997. No. It was August 4th, 1997 is when it goes live. When does Let's Go take over? When does Skynet take over? August 29th, 1997. So it only took 25 days for it to become self-aware and take over. But yeah. Dude, I was just telling my wife when I went inside, I don't know that I'm going to get anything done today as far as writing. I just, my head is not in the
You're just
game.
not there. Yeah.
But not only that, but at the same time, I'm on a new, well, I'm not on new. I got double blood pressure medicine, and it hasn't leveled out yet,
Mm-hmm.
to where I feel normal. So insanely sleepy. And I still have to stream. I don't want to go right now, but I'm not going to get any fucking writing done. Hopefully I'm leveled out by Monday. Even if I'm not, I will force it. I don't want to force anymore because we really don't have the time for you to be rewriting everything that I do. So yeah, that's where I'm at today. So that's another reason why I'm talking so much. I'm literally procrastinating. I'm way too fucking honest. I could have just been like, "Oh, the words aren't." No, I've been procrastinating. That's why I've been talking as much as I have. Not that it's any different from any other time I talk, but yeah, I don't feel it. I thought it was 2027. No, I think that's when everything is finally gone to utter shit. When John Connor is leading the resistance, I think that's the year that happens. But yeah, we're real close to exos in. Not exoskeleton. Is it not an endoskeleton? That doesn't make any sense if it's an exoskeleton. Because X is external. Anyways, we're very close to T800s, stepping on fucking skulls is what I'm getting at. Yeah, we're on track. Yeah.
I just sent you a Twitter message with the Francois Valancourt Bruises on a Butterfly cover.
All right. I'm glad you told me because that sure as hell I haven't opened. Oh, I think you've shown me this.
I may have shown you some of the art.
Yeah, the mock-up or something.
With the
this is the final.
This is the text. Yeah. They gave me 4 font choices. I went with this one.
I mean, I don't dislike it. But
you talking about the art or the font?
Hang on. Mm-hmm. Give me a second. I want to look. No, that's not going to work. I'm trying to get into the thumbnail view, see what the words look like in thumbnail, because that's how I judge whether or not. But I mean, I love the artwork.
I'll send you these other ones. Then they sent me.
All right.
I like the way that I don't particularly like. I don't love the font, but I like the way that it fills the whole page out, and brings your eye to it without distracting.
That one's way too simple for me. That second one you just sent, way too simple. That's. I hate the font for the byline on the yellow one.
Oh, it's sci-fi. That's what it looks like to me.
I hate it. Like I'm having a visceral reaction. I don't mind. I don't mind this last one. It's up to you, of course. It's your book, but I don't mind this last one at all. But now that I scroll up, I get what you're saying, and I agree with you. The way it fills the top and brings the eye up there.
Yeah, and it keeps things like symmetrical, and yeah, it just fills off the top.
Yeah, and then this like handwritten Chad Lutzke, I like that too. It's not handwritten, of course, but it looks more handwritten than any of these other ones. But I mean, yeah, I think that top one is the best one you got. Even though I really, really love the last one. Yeah, we're on track, Pedro. How you doing, by the way? Oh, and on top of that, my mind is on this interview I have this afternoon, and I'm hoping that goes well. So my head's not in the game, and I'm exhausted because this medicine that I'm on. They also put me on a new. I was on this stuff called Trulicity. It's been keeping my blood sugar in check and all that stuff. But then it got to a point where I was having these side effects where everything, basically it was giving me Crohn's disease, without it actually being Crohn's disease, where anything I ate would just come out the way it looked when I ate it. And it was just, everything was just running through my system. I wasn't holding on to any nutrients or anything. So she took me off that and she put me on this stuff called Farxiga, Farxiga. So instead of filtering out the sugar and all that stuff through the bowels or the intestines and all that, it filters it out through the urine. And there's nothing on the stuff that says that it makes you sleepy. But I started both. What I'm trying to get at is I started both of them. I doubled. I had my blood pressure medicine doubled, and I got the Farxiga, so I have no idea which one of these is making me tired or if it's a combination of both of them.
Farziga, is that a new drug?
I'm guessing. I don't know. I've never heard of it before.
Me
But
neither.
she did say that if I'm also on metformin, just kind of maintenance drugs because I'm technically not diabetic anymore, but she wants to keep me there. Um, and the diet plan that I'm on, I only really eat once a day, anywhere between 4 and 8 window. And it's not really like fasting or keto or anything because I put cream in my coffee.
Mhm.
But the thing is, with me, my problem is once I start eating, I don't ever want to stop eating. I'm missing the. I think it's a hormone, the hormone that tells you that you're full, the switch that's like, okay, stop eating. And I
Mhm.
think I broke that in myself by doing all the food competitions I used to do back in the day. Because I can put 30 pounds of food in my stomach, and that's not even an exaggeration. I can eat 30 pounds of food. My stomach, it keeps, and since I'm already such a big guy, it just fills the cavity, where you know it inside me. So I feel better when I've eaten 10 pounds of food than I do if I don't eat or I eat a regular sized meal, at least mentally. Even physically, I can't really tell unless I lay down, then it's hard to breathe, kind of thing. But yeah, I really wrecked my body. Anyways, so the Farziga and the metformin, if both of those work out without any horrible side effects, she can put them both into one pill. But right now, I'm taking those 2 pills on top of it. Like I said, I'm taking 9 pills every morning. It's ridiculous. But I also take a vitamin D supplement because I don't get out in the sun. I don't. I take that. I take the two stomach medicines, the acid reducers, blood pressure, metformin, Farziga, ashwagandha, but that's just over the counter. Ashwagandha and sometimes kratom. For my pain. Anyways, so every morning I got to get up and take all these different capsules, and I'm hoping to get some of them narrowed down to just one. Um, I had another point to where I was going, but this is my mind today, even worse than normal. I can't stay on track. And that's what I'm worried about when I get on this phone call that I'm just going to start fucking rambling. So I'm trying to get all my rambling out now. Knowing what I had to do this week, what we really should have done, and we talked about this on like Monday. We should have just taken another week off and then come back at it and just, guns blazing. We did get more done, but I don't feel like I wasn't even, and I think I told you this. I wasn't even happy with the fish chapter. I was just trying to get through, trying to get that done. And I'm
Mhm.
glad you changed as much as you did, but I was going to cut it all together and write something entirely different. Because I wasn't happy with it. But I'm glad you were able to save what you could out of that one because I didn't like it at all. It felt like I was just going through the paces, and I hate it when my writing reads like that. So, anyways, you ever talk for so long? Probably not. You probably don't have this issue. I know you don't have this issue. But have you ever talked for so long that you become intimidated by your own silence? That's where I'm at right now. Like I don't want to be
Mhm.
quiet because I'm intimidated by my own silence, and I don't know what could possibly happen if I shut up that would be bad. But that's where I'm at right now. Just letting
Hmm.
you know, that's why I'm just talking.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a touch of the autism and ADHD. My brain's all fucked up. I ever tell you the story about the doctor that I went to when I was younger? Told my mom that uh, it was an autism ADHD spectrum test. Did I ever tell you about that? I don't want to
Mm-mm.
spoil it. No? Okay, so
I don't think so.
I was in 8th grade and I got this teacher. It was middle school, so we had periods instead of just one classroom. So uh, I finally have these periods, and uh, pretty much it's the same old routine. Just we're going from class to class. But I ended up getting one teacher who knew what was wrong with me, and his name was Mr. Haas. I'll never forget the dude. I'll love him forever. He's an amazing person. He's also the reason why I'm a writer today because I broke my wrist playing football, and he said just write stories for me instead of writing out, instead of doing your classwork. Write me a story every night, and I'll turn that in, and I'll give you the same credit as would if had you done your homework. And anyways, because I could, type on a typewriter, I couldn't write out. So I literally every night I would sit there and write him a story. But he said, he called up my mom and is like, I know this, I know your son, I know what he's going through. You need to have him checked for this, that, and the other. So we I got checked, and the guy went through the whole thing, memory tests, all that stuff, and he gets done. And I did not learn this until 2 years before my mom died. So I would have been 40. No, hang on here. She died in 2020. I would have been 38 at the time. So I would, however long later, I found out about it. But she said the guy that did the testing after I was done, and I left the room so she could talk to the doctor. The doctor said, well, he definitely has ADD, maybe even HD. But I was worried. We were all worried about, and this is what the guy's telling her. We're all worried that he has autism, but he's not incontinent, so he can't be autistic. So basically, he said because he doesn't shit on himself, he can't be autistic. That would have been in 92 or 93. And it blows my mind that even back then they thought of autism as something as a massively debilitating thing because of the more extreme ends of the spectrum, nonverbal, whatever it might be. And looking back on that, there's nothing you can do for autism. There's no pill. There's nothing that's going to fix it. You just have to learn to live with it. But I thought that was, first I thought it was horrible because she didn't tell me for 30 years. Second, I thought it was hilarious that I've been struggling my entire life with certain things that do not fall in the ADHD spectrum, like my OCD and all these other things that just come prepackaged in autism, that I could have tried to get some help for, misdiagnosed, borderline, well, not misdiagnosed, but I got borderline narcissistic behavior, or personality disorder. I have borderline obsessive compulsive. I have I'm bipolar, huge manic swings followed by huge depressive swings. But that's my mental health is a bubbling cauldron of bullshit. But yeah, anyways, I thought I'd share that with you because I got a kick out of that when Mom finally told me. It's like, yeah, you said just because you didn't shit on yourself, you couldn't be autistic. I was like, that is a fucking shame.
Yeah, it's weird.
Sorry, your reaction was priceless. Turn your head and that's weird. Sorry. I thought it was funny. Anyways, if you want me to leave you alone so you can actually get some work done, I will. But yeah.
No.
Anyways,
I didn't wake up in a, because I was trying to get all those blurbs and I had emails and crap that I was trying to send out. And
so
stuff,
neither one of us
wasn't. Yeah.
Neither one of us, our heads are not in the game.
I'm thinking of, gonna get this done this month. Gonna do this project I'm excited about. Well, a book I'm gonna write.
Right.
A mosaic novel that I think is gonna take place in a motel, where more than just separate novellas, but like I just finished Goblin a couple days ago. Really enjoyed it a lot, but my thing is going to be much more interlaced rather than different things happening in the same place.
Right. That's what I did with my big project. Is I did that instead of having disconnected, interconnected stories. All the stories are interconnected, but it's still a mosaic because we never go back to that point of view ever again. But those characters are in the following chapters, following scenes, and all that stuff. So I even have another idea that I'll probably be working on for Nano, because we were talking about mosaic novels because you mentioned your idea. I think we were offline at that time. But yeah, anyways, keep going. Sorry, I just interjecting.
Yeah, so November will be filled up with that, and I'm also going to. I plan on just trying to. I plan on doing my absolute best not to edit as I go and just finish with a just a nasty, messy, rough draft.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try,
I
and
love those, man. I love
I'm
those.
also gonna well, one of the reasons why I want to do that is because I want to do something. I want to try to learn to write faster, and
Mhm.
just to see what happens with that, and see if I'm capable of, and I'm sure I am, but capable of going in and really making it something completely different than the first draft, rather than making it pretty
You,
much the same, but fixing all the errors and
yeah, but you
switching
already
things.
know you're capable of it because that's literally what you've been doing with this.
Yeah, well,
I mean, yes, you know
I could
yourself a little
just
bit
I
better
could see
than me,
myself
but
writing a paragraph and just fighting the obsessive compulsive urge to go
yeah,
back and fix that, and just every writing session be like that. But I'm going to try my best, and I'm also going to outline, because this thing that I'm writing needs it. It's
mhm,
kind of like writing a mystery or
yeah,
something. You got to have more than just an idea. So, and then December we'll get back into our thing to clean that all up as best
yeah,
we can. But also, I think come January, because I got a book coming out in January and I got a book coming out in February, and I'm going to try to do as much promo as I can. But I think in January, I'm only going to write screenplays. I think I'm going to write like maybe two of them.
cool.
Um, I could probably, I haven't written a screenplay in almost 3 years. So it's not something that you can get back on the bike and just take off,
Mm,
because of the formatting. And it's
yep.
like, what? Even just not even
You
just the formatting, but and I have final drafts, so
okay?
I've got
That's what I was about to
um,
ask.
yeah, so I've got everything I need as far as that goes. But even that, you open it up and it's like, how did I do that again? And there's just like you forget too what uh, even the tiny things that you need to add and the tiny things that you need to take out.
Right.
The obvious thing, it's like um, when writing a screenplay, is it's not prose, but when you write your first screenplay, it's you do end up leaving stuff in there that you think needs to be there and it doesn't. So it's a constant revisioning to get down to 80 pages, 110 pages.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm wondering, and I know screenplays works well. Sorry, not works well. Sells well. They sell well. If you can sell screenplays, they can. People do that, make money. So I'm gonna see
Yeah.
what I'm probably gonna write one for a Foster Homes and Flies.
I just wanted to point out Pedro. I just want people to be able to see it like in the playback. Um, and then Pedro follows it up with, and both work. That's the important part. Me and Chad have two completely different styles, and even mechanically speaking, how we write, the speed and velocity of how quickly we get through things. Chad is still fast. Um, because I mean, you can just go back and look at how prolific he is for that. He's still fast. He's still putting out more content than most people. Um, so even though he's a slower writer than me, we both take the exact same amount of time because he edits as he goes, and I edit at the end. Or not right at the end, but I let it sit and marinate whenever. Then I come back and I completely overhaul it. But anyways, yes, that is a good point, Pedro. Thank you for that because
Yeah, thanks,
uh,
Peter.
yeah, it nails it, and that just goes to show you that as long as you're getting to the final destination, it doesn't matter how you take the trip. You can either go from A to B, you can go from A to B to C to D to whatever, all the way to Z. You can cut corners, replace corners, and make it longer, whatever you want to do. But the important part is whatever works for you. Find what works for you. Maybe it's a mishmash of a bunch of different styles or work ethics or whatever. You find that thing and you stick with it. But you continue to grow, of course. You might add in, okay, I'm going to read this book instead of this type of book, that kind of thing for inspiration. But anyways, yeah, whatever works for you is what you need to be doing. Don't look at the way Chad does it and go, I have to do it that way. Don't look at the mad fuck way I do it and, think I got to do it like E. You have to find your own path. Just like life, you have to find your own way of doing it. But yeah, great observation, Pedro.
And I think it's important too to get your feet wet with, so that you can find out what works for you. Like if it, like what I'm doing right now, and I saw Mallerman do it a year or two ago. He said he's going to write the Lansdale way, which is that's how I write. Is if you've gotta give it a name, the Lansdale way. It just so happens that I found out that we write exactly the same way. So um, he wanted to try it for a book, and you might find that um, something in it, like you were saying, you can mix and match. You might find something in it that works, or you might find that I think this works even better than what I have been doing that was already working before. But I'm happy with this because it's moving things along faster, or it's doing something that I wasn't getting before. I think it's
Right.
rather than getting stuck in your way, at least stuck in your own ways, at least try different things, and then before you find out, okay, this is how I roll right here.
I think another important thing is just because you like an author's writing and an author's work, they may not be the best role model for you. And that's going back to the differences and the preferences for how you write, how you go about your thing. It's like most people are like, okay, well, E is 100% a school of Stephen King author. Not really. Whenever I'm writing, I'm usually not reading Stephen King, because his style for me is so easy to mimic. It'd be nothing for me to write an entire novel that sounded exactly like Stephen King because I read so much of him. Who I look more towards for writing inspiration tends to come from uh, it tends to change on every single project because I'm reading different stuff also at the same time. But it has a lot to do with the music that I listen to. It has a lot to do with several different things. But when I do find the right method for that project, and what this is my point here, when you get into it, not every project is going to be the same, and the same mechanics, the same structure, routine, all that stuff is not going to work every single time. Sometimes, like Chad said, with the new project that he has coming out, he's outlining. He's just going to blow through it, try to see what's up with that, just get done, and then edit it in post. And I think that's important that people do that. Switch up their styles to whatever makes the project feel easier to do. So often we get stuck, and this is why people go. This is why people hit, authors like me. I don't know if they do it to Chad. Hit me up all the time. It's like, will you read the first 10 pages of my manuscript? Fuck no. No, I'm not going to read the first 10 pages of your manuscript. Finish the fucking thing, and then we can move on. The problem that they're having is either imposter syndrome or whatever it might be. What they're realizing is what they are doing is not making them happy in the process. So they want someone else to validate their feelings. And if I were to validate those feelings and they still couldn't push forward, that's an issue for them. They are now stuck. They've lost their motivation. They lost their momentum, all that stuff. So yeah, also don't show your shit until it's done, unless you have a request from a publisher saying, yo, we want to see this or whatever. You pitch something, so on and so forth. But don't just give, Tom, Dick, or Harry your stuff and be like, please make me feel better about this. Always finish it, clean it up the best you can, and then send it out.
I don't get that often, but I have had a couple really close friends of mine who wrote a couple of short stories. One of them sent it to me, and I was like, "This is good. You should continue doing this." And the other one sent it to me, and I was like, and I told him beforehand, I was like, "We're still going to be friends, right? I mean, 'cause
Right.
if you're really sending me this to critique, I had no idea whether he could write or not. If you're sending me, and he's a really smart guy, very very nice guy, but that doesn't mean you can write. So
Right.
yeah, gosh, it was not good. And I did the best I could as far as like explaining, you know, uh, if somebody can get past, um, if somebody can thoroughly understand the show don't tell rule, uh, to me, if you can really, really grasp that, you're probably a good writer.
Yeah. I had a friend, and this going back to not all advice is going to work for everybody. I had a friend who was telling me, how do you write? Just literally, like, how do you write? I'm like, I just sit down and I just start writing. He's like, you don't have any like thought process beforehand. Like sometimes I'll have like a line or a character or something that's already speaking to me. But most of the time, when I get done with a project, I jump right into the next project. Before you go, I want to tell everybody about my project in November too. But anyways, and they're like, okay, so you just sit down, you just start typing. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, some people can do it, some people can't. So don't expect wondrous things, but it'd probably be a good detector of whether or not you're at least a good storyteller, even if you're not a good writer. I giving them all these pointers and everything, and they're like, okay, I can do this, I'm gonna go home. They went home and they wrote 30 pages without a single piece of punctuation, not a single period, comma, quotation mark, nothing. They're like, well, I did what you told me to do, and I just sat down and started writing. I was like, you at least got to follow the basic rules, because I don't even know what the fuck this says. It's just one 30-page run-on sentence. So yeah, I've tried to add a little more to that and be like, okay, you at least got to have the basics. You got to at least know what periods and commas and when to use these things. You at least need to know that. And when she asked me, she said, well, what's a semicolon? I'm like, okay, all right. Well, then I gave her, grammar books instead of, like Kings on Writing or the Zen and the Art of Writing or whatever by Bradbury. And you gotta test you gotta have a sample of the waters before you give advice sometimes. Also, I think that's hilarious. But anywho, I want to talk about it because I'm gonna be doing another mosaic project. And I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know if it's going to be like a short story collection and just interconnected stories, or if I'm going to have a framing device, whatever. But I've had this image stuck in my head of this gigantic snake. I'm not talking about like a boa constrictor. I'm talking about this thing's the size of a bus. Like it's as big around as a bus. And I'm going to call the thing Snake. The whole project Snake. And it's how everyone on the street reacts to the snake being there. They can't get out of their house. They can't get out of their houses because it's taking up the entire thing. There's brick walls at the end of every block, so they can't even really get out without going over the snake. Anyways, and I was going to do just a bunch of slice of life things and just have the snake be the constant. So I think it's cool. Going into November, we're both going to be working on some kind of mosaic project. But that's something
That is crazy.
Yeah. I really want to do. And you brought it up the other day. You brought up Nano the other day and asked me if I was going to do it. And I got to thinking about it. I was like, I don't have any idea what I'm going to do. I probably will. Even if I don't, I will still be cheering people on. But then I got to thinking about it. I was like, I don't really have anything else. The big project is pretty much done for now. And I haven't written anything that's not that big project since last Nano. I believe. No, wait a second. I did I can't say that title. I did that one. I did two. I've only done two. So I've been working for the past year pretty much 100% on the big project. And then I had a couple other, like, not spin-offs, but a couple other novels that I got done also. But I was just thinking about it. It's like I've been doing stuff not for myself for so long. Like the big project was made possible because a good friend of mine pretty much funded me writing it. It's like, if you just write this, I'll give you so much money because I love the idea. So I did that. And then the last two smaller things that I did, and one of them's 100, I think 110,000 words. The other one's 150,000 words. But the big project is 902,000 words. So they're smaller projects to me. But my point is, I haven't written just for myself in so long. I just want to kind of just let it go. And because the last time I did it was I wrote someplace other than elsewhere, and that's locked deep inside of a trunk. There's that one. So I'm going to work on this time. I'm going to focus on just entertaining myself. Not worrying about, if people think it's too vulgar or if it's too boring or whatever. I'm going to write for me this time because I have not written for me in so long. I'm excited for it.
My mosaic thing is I don't know if it's going to be a trailer park or a motel, but it's where four people. It surrounds an evening where different people leave the hotel for different reasons, but they all intertwine. Some of the reasons in particular really intertwined with one another.
Yeah.
It's going to be called Exodus or Exodus on Avonwood or something like that. It's like some working
Exodus
titles.
on Avonwood sounds really good. That's another one of your titles that would. Sorry, I mean, come on, guys. Bruises on a Butterfly, The Strangest Twist Upon Her Lips. Fucking, I mean, you are. I would say right now you were the fucking king of titles in this fucking community. I'm not kidding. You got people out here with like 22 word titles. I'm not saying any names. They just keep on getting longer.
We know
and
who
longer.
You're talking about.
We got that nonsense, and then with where most of the cover is just the title of the book. Anyways, and then just like a wonky image, and there you go. You have a novel. But anyways, you got that, or you got the Stephen King syndrome, where it's either just one word or the something. You are absolutely killing it with, 3 Smile Mile. It fits in perfectly with, what's going on in the story. Did take me, I'm not going to lie, did take me a while to be able to say it without stammering or stuttering.
Yeah. Me too.
But I loved it. 3 Smile Mile. Fucking Skull-Faced Boy is so perfectly simplistic. It just draws you in. With me, I would have called it something completely different and then just had it be that thing, about the Skull-Faced Boy. So I never would have thought just to title it Skull-Faced Boy. That's the point. That's the easy way. That's the, to get right off the, but it's also, while I say that that's the easy way, it's perfect. It's an absolutely perfect title. There's not a single one of your books where I haven't been impressed with either the title or the subtitle. Neon Owl, but that subtitle, considering the way it ties in to the story, absolutely beautiful. Wallflower, all that stuff. There's
Wallflower is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Not the book. It's one of my.
I do titles. Yeah, I get you.
But because of the wallflowers and because of the wallflower.
Foster Homes and Flies. Come the fuck on, man. I mean, yeah, we can sit here stirring the sheets. It's just utter perfection, man. I have some titles that I wish I could find betters, that I've just settled for. Bay's End being one of them. There was most of my books, most of the published stuff under the Lorne name all started as titles. The Betting of Boys especially, I had no idea what I was going to do with that. But I started thinking of all the different ways that the Betting of Boys could be taken. You have sheets, you have the actual physical thing. You got so many different ways. Sound of Broken Ribs, so many different ways that you can use that. You have the literal, the metaphorical, the figurative, all that stuff. But anyways, I am always impressed. A Cannibal Creator, straight and to the point, perfect title for that book. Absolutely perfect. Would I go see a movie called Cannibal Creator? No. Would I have read anyone else's book other than Chad Lutzke's named Cannibal Creator? No. But it is perfect for that book. I'm literally going through your entire catalog in my head. And everything that I've read, at least, is absolutely the same deep water as you, or is it me? That's the only way when I get confused.
As you.
Okay, so it's why. Just remember why it's you. Say it's all that. Anyways, I'm just gushing. I'm absolutely gushing, but yeah.
Dude,
Pedro.
wait till you finally read Out Behind the Barn, and then you look at the cover again.
Okay. All right. I'll keep that in mind. And Chad was going, correcting, thinking, going. It was fascinating. Thank you. That was the whole point of this series, Pedro, was to show people how different we are and how we can still work together, and what the outcome, is probably going to be pretty fucking amazing once we're done. And yeah, but that's this project. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I am dunsies for the day as far as I'll probably end up taking a nap after after my phone call, and that's at noon, I believe. And then I gotta be back over on Twitch at 3 o'clock. But anyways, yeah, if you haven't already, go follow Chad. Excuse me, over on Twitch. I don't think there's anything else. You have anything you want to say? Anything new to promote? Even a friend stuff? Anything?
Uh, um,
I just put you on the spot. I'm sorry. I hate doing that to people, but I always do it.
did I already talk about the Shallow Waters thing being out? Just how it just came out?
Yeah, you did that
Okay.
one last stream.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us. But until next time, I have been E, you've been you. This has been another live stream with Chad Lutzke. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. New old outro.